Hey, here we are.
Again.
We're doing it. It's like, what is it? Number 15 or something?
I lost count.
We'll get to it when I show all the slides. I'm Rand Hoppy. I am the executive director of the Jack Kirby Museum and Research Center. Right, Tom?
Of course. Research Center. And I'm Tom.
We were just talking about that beforehand. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
The president of the Jack Kirby Museum and Research Center.
Yes. So we're here, and it's time for another episode of our Summer of the Fourth World. No, I didn't mean to do that. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. I'll just keep pushing buttons and, see what happens.
We have a gray background this time and not a green one.
What's that?
The background is gray.
I went gray, man. It's the last issues. I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning. That's all. So just a reminder, folks, if you go onto our YouTube channel, you'll find like all these videos of these sessions that we did over the weekend where we celebrated what would have been Jack Kirby's 103rd birthday. Great people, great chats, things you wouldn't expect, things you would expect. Who knows? But we did it. We did 26 hour-long episodes over the course of 3 days, and it was really fun. And it was you really learn a lot about Jack Kirby and how people look at Jack and think about Jack. So definitely check that out. It was a really fun, cool thing that we did. So, check it out. So anyhow, it is the 50th anniversary of the Fourth World, the Jack Kirby's incredible magnum opus, in a way, where he was high on his success with Marvel Comics with Stan Lee and Carmine Infantino at DC/National Comics brought him over to change comics yet again. Because that's one thing that if you look at Jack Kirby's career, you'll see a lot of changes of Jack Kirby that Jack Kirby brought about. So we started out with an introductory episode, and then in mid-June we did episode number 1s. We moved on. We talked to Mike Royer for a while. That was really fun. Then we did the incredible mistake of five comics, which we'll not ever do like that again. We're going to do 6 comics again soon. Tom's not going to be around, so I'll just do it on my own. No, maybe Mike will come back. That would be great.
I could always stop at a rest stop on the way back because I'm going to be
driving. Yeah,
I'm going to be in this be the first show that I'm going to since the pandemic started. And Rand and I were in San Diego. This one is in New Jersey, and it's a comic art con, so it's only comic art. So these are great opportunities because they're very small and hopefully very safe. To continue our archiving of everything Jack Kirby did. And we're up to like 12 or 13,000 pages of stuff.
Yep.
So we want to keep it going. We've been keeping it going through the pandemic, here and there a page, but obviously not like last year.
Right. So what the hell else did we do? We did episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 from July through August. They were really fun. There is an episode for Comic-Con at Home or San Diego Comic-Con Live or whatever it was that we did in the middle of all that. That was fun with John Morrow and Mark Evanier.
So there's a reason why we're behind. We did a lot of other stuff.
We it was like there was a little skip week or week and a half when we did the Comic-Con thing. 7, 8, 9, and 10 from August 20th to September 3rd. We did 11, 12, 13, and 14 from September 6th through September 13th. Oh my gosh, we're just here we are, episode 15. Wait a minute, did I screw up? No.
Oh, it's 15?
Yeah, it's episode 15. And we're doing the 11th issues. And it's gray because these are the last issues of the New Gods and the Forever People.
But not Mr. Miracle.
Not Mr. Miracle. But
it's the last one into the 18th. Hey, Mark Evanier's here. Nice to see
Hey,
you, Mark.
It was because we're always goofing off. So,
Mr. Miracle actually continued for another several issues up to issue number 17, and then the last issue, number 18, went back to the Fourth World and ended the series for Jack. Hey, Charles.
and Charles, we love going live. Actually, I don't mind it at all. It's kind of a schedule-y thing, a ritual. Or can kind of get used to it in a way. So, hey, really, you brought that back?
I like goofing off.
Yeah. Well, so here we are in episode 11, episode 15, titled 11, and we're going to start out. And here's the cover. It's Infinity Man Returns. Too late, forever, people. There's no escape from the pursuer. It's kind of fun, cool cover, and we have the original art, so that's nice. Looks, lots of pasting. If you look over at the left hand side here, it looks like there's something going on. So there was probably some significant cutting and pasting and rearranging of.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like because they used to have the bigger binding,
Yeah.
Maybe it was originally planned to be a bigger book. I don't know. Before they switched to 20 cents.
Right. So there's that. And I will put it side by side just because we love side by side, Yeah. That's really, it's a lovely cover. I like it. Oh geez, and then it's just like, where did we leave them? It was just like the end of Dead Man, right? Dead Man.
The end of Dead Man.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, this story kind of is like doesn't relate to any of the previous issues.
Right. And what's happening here? Oh yeah, here's the pencil photocopy. And that's nice. Inked by Mike Royer and research by Mark and Steve. Yep.
That's true, Mark. We've almost every single show we've seen how they messed around with covers and cut them up and recombined them into other things on the original art. Especially when you compare them to the photocopies.
You got to put it up so that the people on YouTube and Twitter see it too. Will know what you're referring to.
Oh, okay.
Right, because I
actually had it up.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I'm not paying attention then. That's my mistake. Forgive me, guys. I'm like looking at the art. Where am I going to go next? Okay, and then we have So it is the mega side by side. Yeah. So.
In this case, Mike put a heavy border around the whole outside.
He did, yeah. And he put a heavy border here too.
Yeah.
And it's Devilance the Pursuer. Yikes.
From an art point of view, I really noticed that this kind of changed a little bit in this issue, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know. It just seems more exaggerated, the poses and also the distortions and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did kind of note Big Bear's pose here that as being something special. Like, I hadn't seen him like that before.
Yeah. So who's the pursuer? Who is this guy that's doing it?
What do you got? What?
Who sent him? We don't really know who sent him. We assume that he was sent by Darkseid, right?
Right. And he's
and they're relentless. They keep on pursuing, hence their name, until they achieve their goal. And his goal is to capture the Forever People and bring them back. At first, it wasn't really to kill them until he gets kind of angry at them for trying to resist. And then his goal is to kill them.
All right. Well, he pushes a button on his lance, his devil lance, I would imagine, and flies away. And then we're back at Trixie's place, and there's been some destruction. And the kids phased out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right, Charles. Uh-oh.
And so
thankfully, it's the return of Infinity Man.
Yeah, who I think it was many issues ago, right?
Oh yeah,
That he was with Godfrey and turned around and basically, you remember he was behind stage and everything, and
yeah,
Darkseid was there and his eyes glowed, and he used his Omega effect and
he
kind
did.
of sent him to this planet that has a barrier that he can't escape. He keeps on trying, and it basically wears him out and injures him, and he has to go back to this beautiful planet, which is like New Genesis, but not New Genesis. It's all wild, no life, from what we can tell, and restore his strength before he can try to escape again.
But we haven't even seen the Forever People, do the fantastic Taru to try to switch with him or do anything either, right?
Not yet.
Right?
No.
So
Yep.
yeah,
because they know he's not available.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at this.
That's hilarious, Mark. Is that the research?
So Mark, are you the one that told Jack to call her that?
I would guess so.
I would. Yeah.
So then what? Oh boy. There's fighting. There's what? Mud?
It's true.
Molten lava. And then okay. Let's go. Mother Box is charting a new destination.
Yeah, so the molten lava thing was it was there, but he couldn't see it because Beautiful Dreamer manipulated his brain basically to not see it, and he walked right into it.
And he's still pursuing because, he's a pursuer.
Yeah.
And Jack gets to draw giant stone heads again.
Yeah, Easter Island again. He did that, in the 50s?
Oh, man, nonstop.
He's done it many times.
Rapa Nui. Okay, so, yeah. Uh-huh. That's cool. All right. So then what?
So Mother Box grabs that thing.
His lance?
His lance, yeah. Starts whipping it around, but it always comes back to him.
Yeah. Oh, will the Megaton touch have an effect? Oh gosh, no. It's the vortex is just very powerful.
It sure is.
Yeah. Seraphan pulls that cosmic cartridge.
Yep.
Do we know what
he
color
seems to use those? The last issue he used it a lot. No, because he gave the blue cartridge away to Deadman so that he permanently had his molecular structure fused to the follower.
So
yes.
that he would have a body.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for joining.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Oh, and then he dug a pit, and then
it makes him weigh a lot.
Oh,
and you think the pandemic has gained weight on all of us? Well,
yeah.
He's
yeah. Okay. And we're gonna. Yeah, there's still trouble.
They're still trying to run away, and then
that looks like Devil Lance's feet. So I guess he's
Devil Lance pursues him.
He's still pursuing. And then Infinity Man.
He recovers from the last time he tried to break the barrier.
Yeah.
And then he's trying it again. And then he realizes that there's something connected and that people are in trouble and that he can use that in order to escape the barrier.
Got it. Oh, there's no stopping him.
He's a pursuer.
Yeah, and Mother Box is basically saying, "Hey, let's go. Time for some Infinity Man action." Oh, that is one of my favorites too, Charles. They've done it. What? Say the word. And then he makes his way through.
And he appears in a cloud.
Infinity Man's great. I love Infinity Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the last issue with him in it.
I know. He's got a cool costume. I like the whole, Shazam, calling him and switching places. It's a fun thing. It's very fun.
And they fight and they grab it, and then the what do you call it? The pole, the scepter? What is it?
The lance.
The lance can't survive without being part of the pursuer, and basically self-destructs and blows the whole island to hell. And of course, Darkseid and Sad is watching this all happen.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, no, I have a feeling. Yes.
Yeah, I know it's true.
And that's it. And he switches, and there's an explosion. And
so since the Infinity Man has been pretty much destroyed, apparently, we don't know for sure, but the Forever People are stuck on that island that he was restoring his strength on. And they just walk off into the sunset, and that's all you hear of them. And then we see about the demon coming.
It's horrifying. Okay.
It's sad because Forever People, we've been going through every single issue, and we've been reading the issues, of course, so we're ready. But, we both agree we have a new appreciation for the Forever People. I do, at least, much more than I did before this whole thing.
Yeah. So it's a really cool comic. Those really great Jack Kirby stories about Darkseid and the anti-life, and the kids and the hope and the love, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, some letters page. Oh, hello. We have the original art for the last page. That's one thing I did when I set this thing up was like, let's use whatever we have for the last pages.
Which Morrison letter? What is that?
Oh, what?
Was that in the letter page?
Oh, yeah, Rich Morrison. Yeah, Rich Morrison. Richard Morrissey. Yeah.
Yeah, Morrissey.
Yeah. He was quite the fan guy and a letter hack. So yeah, that's the side by side. Well, it's cool. I mean, it's sad. And there's also an ad for Commandy,
Yeah, it's just...
No, I agree, Charles.
It'd be nice to get somebody who could really bring it to life, in a different way. Maybe like the way Mr. Miracle was with Tom King. Just taking it in a new direction would be really interesting to see.
All right, let's move on. It's the New Gods, number 11, last issue.
Yeah, this one in general doesn't end. It's kind of nice. I mean, it's an abrupt ending for Forever People, but at least there was some kind of closure.
Right.
The only closure is basically not too much.
It's very, and it's funny because it's like when I look at the stuff, it's like culturally, it was always about like, will Jack continue the New Gods? Will the New Gods, And it was basically because Forever People had kind of an ending. I would have loved for him to bring back the Forever People, but because this issue didn't really have that kind of a neat ending, that people were still looking for, an ending for it. There's the pencils, photocopy. Only the Black Racer can win.
Let's see if they messed around with this one. Not too much, it looks like.
No, it doesn't. Well,
a couple small things, but I don't see anything that large.
Yeah, I mean, if we had the original art, we'd probably see some weird cuttings of some sort or another. But yeah, it looks pretty good. So we're in police holding super holding cell. They've got Calabac after
because he got electrocuted after the last one.
they're in issue 7 with like 8. Issue 8, at the end of Terrible Turpin.
That's
like
right.
3 issues ago.
Mm-hmm.
They've been holding him in the basement. There he is, Commissioner. Oh, the Commissioner is here. Well, that's good. And it's like, yeah, let's talk. Let's do this. Look at he's got these things on. Forget it. He's like, I'm out. Like he's been there for all this. I don't even know how much of time it is.
But the
continuity. But
the agent let him out.
Yeah.
On a promise that he would.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, which is kind of like a joke. Very naive, but
yeah. So don't shoot him. Bullets won't stop him. That's a really cool drawing there of his back. Oh, look. It's a pencil photocopy and the original art.
What is this? A mega side by side? Would you say?
Side by side. That's what I said. Oh, I didn't mean to go. Now let's just take a look at this a little bit more. Yeah. Mike Royer really is good.
I used to own this page at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And the Slash.
All right. So we're back. Darkseid's Orion's angry.
Yeah, but see, this is just an observation from an art point of view that this 11th issue on all of them seem to be more distorted to me. Like, look at Orion with his mouth wide open, and it just looks like this. Wow. Yeah, and his arm is kind of like in a weird, kind of distorted position. And just very strange. I don't know. Maybe it's due to the fact that he knows that this is the last issue, or even the squiggles look like they're, I don't know. They don't seem to work as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sure. Everybody said that he was discouraged, very, very deeply saddened by what DC did.
Yeah.
And Orion wants to prove that he's strong, I guess, and breaks something statue that award statue that Lincoln had, right. Dave Lincoln.
Claudia shows up.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen her. Well, no, we saw her about 2 issues ago or something, 3 issues.
All right.
They're just hanging out right now.
Yeah, and it's like, where's Calabac? Calabac's on the move. Oh, well. Light Ray will sit on the sofa. Why don't we calmly sit and wait for Calabac? All right, so then Desad.
They get in a little bit of argument that Desad was commenting that Darkseid has a soft spot and stuff like that. And he goes on this historical rant that Darkseid does. Right here at the top. I love when he's walking over to Stad like this, like at just dominating him. Crazy.
Yeah. That little blast is to remind you of who poisoned Sully at the Queen's command.
So apparently Sully is Kilobek's mother, and so they're half brothers. They're not full brothers,
right?
And the Stad was tasked with giving her poison to kill her, and and Darkseid didn't like that, but he's just saying he did what the Queen wanted, his mother,
right?
Darkseid's mother,
yeah. Hegra, Queen Hegra. Right.
And then Tigra was his wife, but I guess I don't know if it was his second wife. They don't really say, but that is Orion's mother.
Right. And so looks like Calabac's punching Dave Lincoln's apartment building,
making everybody fly.
Yeah, time to fly.
And of course, Light Ray takes off early. He's very ambitious. He thinks he can kill him and not.
Oh, hey, we've got the mega side by side. Fantastic, right? So yeah, it's a cool panel. That's all. I chose it for that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
You can see how Mike did the thicker border on the lower left.
Yeah, I like that he did the sound effect boom outside, and it gives it more impact.
Yeah, it pops. Yeah, very nice. Okay, here comes Light Ray. Take this Nova Burst.
Yeah, and he thinks he can just give him another Nova Burst, and that'll be it, and he'll be gone. But
right.
So he keeps on pounding him, and there's the kind of like the warrior creed that Orion doesn't take place and doesn't interfere in battles. And the funny thing is, at the end of this, Lightway's getting like hammered, and then you never see Lightway again. So you don't know if he died or what happened to him. He just kind of that's the last you see him.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I mean, you see him, of course, in Hunger Dogs and stuff, but
sure,
the way this ended, it just kind of like, well, Lightway died.
Yeah,
because he even says something to that effect, the combat code, and he couldn't do anything about it.
A few more butcher blows should end your dreams as a warrior. Right?
Yep. Sounds pretty final.
That's final, yeah. And then, so he's Orion staying out of it.
I think the fight is over for Light Ray.
Yeah. Says Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
And then that big screaming face on the lower left. I mean, that's kind of like a change, right?
He didn't
talking about the exaggeration.
Yeah, and look at the squiggles. They're just kind of like more decorative, like brushed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then we're back with Willie Walker and his sister,
the Black Racer.
Come on, Willie. Someone must die. And he's out. Orion's like, you've had your play with amateur warriors, Calabac, this time. Now let's really go at it. And they go at it.
And for some reason, Calabac has all this extra power. He can even, because he never did that before. You never seen him do that.
True.
Energy bolts from his hand. So we don't know how come he's so strong now compared to Orion.
Right.
He's just blasting him away.
Yeah.
And then he grabs the whole building and throws it on top of him.
Holy smokes.
He thinks he's
a
over.
Beast. He's the ultimate unit. Oh. Victory, conqueror of Orion. Yes, first hero of Apocalypse. Hear me! I have one in your name. And then Dave Lincoln and some cops show up. Oh, and maybe even the commissioner, I guess.
And actually, Darkseid fears for Orion, which is interesting.
Yeah.
He has a soft spot for him, even though he knows that he's going to try to kill him at some point.
And Darkseid says Calabac has shown incredible new powers.
Yes. What happened? Where'd that come from?
Yep.
The sad can't help himself. He's like grabbing the fear and everything from both Orion and Calabac and like feasting on it because he loves it.
Look at this face.
Jeez.
It's great. I couldn't help it, sire. The opportunity of absorbing the emotions and Calabac through the siphon were too tempting.
Look at the face, even the panel underneath that, where he's kind of looking on the side.
So cool.
And that pisses off Darkseid, so he uses the Omega effect. And as we saw, like in, I think it was all your yesterdays or something like that, there's different flavors of the Omega effect. It could send you back in time
Mm-hmm.
or it could actually totally destroy you, so you never were and never,
Right.
are.
Right.
And in this case, he destroys Darkseid. I'm sorry, Stad. So we have Light Ray dead, and we have Stad gone, but they somehow reappear later on in the Hunger Dogs because you can't get rid of.
I think he says it's like a shade of Sad or something. Like it's not actually.
Oh.
It's like some weird.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read that when we get
there in a few episodes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. See you, Sad. Orion's up.
Just a glowing thing waiting to go away.
Yeah, that's right. And they're still fighting. And then the Black Racer shows up. The time is at hand. And there's a death approaches. Orion, both of you have taken incredible punishment, but I've come for only one. Then let it be me.
Yeah, but what's interesting is does the Black Racer kill Killibeck or does Orion kill Killibeck?
I don't know how that Black Racer works. Doesn't he? And Killibeck is gone, but Orion's still in Metropolis. It is written that the father of Apocalypse shall meet his banished son in the red light of the fire pits. I am Darkseid's son. I am Darkseid's son.
Wow, he just disappeared for a second.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah, and that's it. So that's why, in a way, story-wise, you can almost understand why people were like, but what about the ending? What about the ending? So
basically, he comes to the realization that he is, I am Darkseid's son, and that the war will end in the fire pits of Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And then that's as far as he got.
Then we have some pencils.
Oh, that one's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Some of these are in good shape. Some of them are in bad shape.
Yep.
Good thing is that we've scanned them all, so at good resolution and digital formats. So even if we're storing them very well in our storage units. So
yeah,
we have them in acid-free boxes and in climate control locations. So hopefully they'll last for a long time, but they definitely have a shelf life. So it's good to get these all scanned.
And I know we've got people on YouTube and Facebook chatting with us. So just a reminder that please feel free to say hello. We're welcome.
How did they modify the last page?
Oh, the Baxter reprint.
I don't have that.
I have it, but I have to look for it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'll look for it over on this other screen. So got 3 screens. Okay, so yeah. So there's the ad for Commandy. Letters page. And just yeah. Here we come to Mr. Miracle 11.
The second to last, but kind of the last Fourth World issue.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Besides number 18, which
so this is kind of interesting. I only noticed this at the last minute that there's lots of cutting. There's like cutting over here. So I wonder what DC.
We don't have the pencils, right?
We don't have the pencils, no. So it's interesting to
it looks like they added space to the top as well. Like they made it more vertical.
That's right. Yeah.
They added more smoke.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting to see.
So messed up.
Yeah. Right. So it's showbiz time.
One of the greatest show off Earth. I love this splash. I love the perspective.
It's a great spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fun.
It's really cool.
Especially with all the Furies there.
At the angle.
Yeah.
And I think Mike Royer added a lot to this. We talked to him about the spread and in the episode with Mike Royer, and he mentioned that he probably the dark kind of rings and everything he added to that. It might have been just Jack indicating something, but he made it look more like shadows on grass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I believe he mentioned that in that episode.
That's what they did.
What did they? Oh,
in the back.
Oh, they just added another panel.
Yeah. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just. That looks like it was drawn after. That doesn't look like that.
Who knows?
Just trying to look at the inking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's Mike Royer. Could be.
But that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So it's another escape and showbiz testing, and the female Furies are just kibitzing, I guess. I don't know. Like, all right, they're involved. Lashina's like lashing up things,
and making the metal crumble like that, which is amazing.
So then, yeah,
and Ted is not used to seeing Mr. Miracle pretty much die like that close.
Keep filming, don't stop. Do something. He's okay. I'm over here. And then these troublemakers show up. The Animates. Weren't they in the first issue?
They were in the third issue with the hotel thing or the office building and all that. But that was the trap.
But now we have, like, Dr. Bedlam, Mr. Wonderful.
Yep. And he was in the second and third.
Oh, okay. Second. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Oberon's back at home.
Admiring himself.
Yeah. No.
He doesn't like the tactics that Ted is doing.
Right.
And him having to dress up in yet another. We saw him in a Civil War uniform.
Right.
We saw him in a cape in this one.
Yeah. So he's getting having some mind games going on here or something.
And that's what he does. Bedlam. That's his Dr. Bedlam.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Messes with your brain and brings up any kind of fear that you have.
Yeah.
And the more your fear increases, the more the monsters and the illusions increase.
Ha 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 ha! It's Dr. Bedlam. his head over the shoulder there. All right. And the Animates show up, knock out Ted.
Oberon holds his own.
Okay. Barda, ladies show up. I think we're going to get a pencil of this page 12 here on the left. Yeah.
Well, we saw that white space on the right. I guess I'll see after you click through the...
Oh, hang on. Hey, good point.
Oh, it's not there. Now it's there.
Now it's there. So either Mike put it in or Jack put it in later, or who knows? Interesting.
It could be either.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Mega side by side.
We'd have to show that to Mike.
True.
Not to say he can remember from something from
52,
40, 50, almost 50 years ago, like 48 years ago.
Yeah, the monsters are great. Yeah.
And Stompa stomps her foot and they all go flying. And then they basically run away.
Yep.
But before that happens, it's interesting because one of the anime shoots at Mr. Miracle's right arm where he keeps the mother box to disable it.
Yeah.
Now, what I found a little bit inconsistent is it's just me noticing, if you think back to Forever People, when Desad was trying to destroy a mother box, he couldn't destroy it, and they said when it does happen, they either disappear or they blow up or make a loud noise. And in this case, why didn't that happen here? I'm not sure.
Because that was when the mother box went to Sunny Sumo, right?
That's right. Yeah. It disappeared and went to Sunny Sumo.
All right. So now he said something. What did he say? He said, yeah, he's not going to have any help from Mother Box. But then they head out and they find his.
He goes off on his own, doesn't want Bar to, to follow.
Yeah. And he walks in. The game of death begins.
It's true, Ruben.
That's right. Yeah.
I suppose that if when Jack was drawing this and a bunch of boys came around and said something about this too, he would have made Big Barda into a one-piece bikini.
All right.
So I guess send out to outer space, and there just happens to be all these asteroids around Earth, which is kind of weird because that's scary.
Yep.
And they start banging up the spaceship that he's in.
Yeah, and he could lose his air supply.
Oxygen. Yeah. And he bounces on the atmosphere from the heat and everything. Manages to survive that. And all of a sudden he gets boinged away from there, heading towards the moon at supersonic speed.
Yeah.
Like incredible speed, light speed. And then Dr. Bedlam goes back into the anime body after he had left it before on the ship.
Yep.
And surprise, surprise, surprise. There's another motherboard.
Another mother
box.
Yeah.
Keep on going. And it traps him in. It traps Dr. Bedlam into this cocoon that he can't get out and can't even like escape with his mind.
Right.
And it's incredible. Crashes in the moon.
Yeah.
And makes a light show for the people on Earth.
Right.
And then he's back on Earth somehow. And it's very confusing. It seems very rushed at the end, in my opinion. So this is the first time you see a mother box in his mask, which will show up in later issues, I think a couple of times.
Yeah.
But if you read, I can't see it from here, but he kind of transported himself back somehow, but it didn't make sense to me.
By the power of the mind. That ship was a thought object controlled by Bedlam's mind. It responded to thought. At the last moment when death seemed near, I seized control from Dr. Bedlam. You jammed his thoughts? Exactly. But with the help of Mother Box, of course. You see, I recently duplicated her circuits inside my hood. A precaution which escaped Bedlam. Having damaged the original, he thought you'd be at his mercy.
But how did he get back on Earth from the moon?
They don't say.
Well, it's something they talk about his thought process, but it doesn't explain how he transported himself all the way back. Anyway,
he generated a thought beam.
Yeah, what's that? Thought beam.
A thought beam. So yeah, there's and next issue, Mystivac. We've got some. Oh, I thought I had some pencils or something for that last page. Oh, I only did it for the ones that had the last issues.
Yeah, he is a Master Escape, but
yeah.
Just I don't know. Thought beam. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we have to believe that.
Yep. So, no, I know you're right. You're right. I mean, he definitely could have explained how he got back. But yeah, so that's
It's like,
those are
what is a thought beam? I mean, I know Bethlehem could do things with this. It was all mind games basically with him, but does a thought beam? Did it make him? Is it almost like Star Trek, like beam me up, Scotty, kind of thing?
It all worked out in the end, thankfully.
It sure did.
Our hero lives to escape another day.
And then from this point on, we have several issues just dealing with Earth-type villains that they fight against and try to trap Mr. Miracle.
Yep. And we have the last 4 issues of Jimmy Olsen. I think that's up next.
Yes. So we do have another Fourth World thing before we get to the non-Fourth World Mr. Miracle issues. And then we finish with the Fourth World with the Hunger Dogs and the other issue that even the gods must die.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit of On the Road to Armageddon, just for fun.
Yep. Sure.
And Mr. Miracle 18. So that'll be the ending.
That's going to be a big episode.
That's
going to be next Monday.
Correct. Yes, next Monday. So, yeah. So we'll, stay tuned and follow us and take our click the bell on YouTube or whatever it is, so you get our messages that we're doing these things. I'll be setting up the next few broadcasts, thinking we might end up doing some kind of finale retrospective of. So what did we learn? What did we do this summer? Can you do a book report about what you did this summer? So maybe some kind of overview might be nice. But yeah, we're gonna do Jimmy Olsen's Mr. Miracles and then Hunger Dogs and blah blah.
Thanks,
blah.
Charles.
Yeah. So we'll make that happen. We hope to join us, and it's really been fun. It's great to see all the familiar faces making the comments, and we look forward to spending time with you all again sometime soon, like Thursday.
For Jimmy Olsen.
I gotta go make the presentation. Okay, I'll be back.
We get to go into volcanoes and all this other kind of stuff. So
and I love that Superman, man. The Superman in Supertown. It's freaking great. Just great. So good. I can't wait to do that one. So and isn't that one that Mike inked too? So we get to see the Royer inked Superman.
Yeah, issue 147.
Yeah,
he also did 146 when Jimmy Olsen turns into Neanderthal kind of Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Thank you everyone.
We'll
have a great evening or afternoon if you're in the West Coast or wherever you are in the world.
Okay. We'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.